Hello everyone, welcome back to our live YouTube sessions at Career Naksha. I am Rakesh Chugani as a counseling executive. So here today we have Miss Priyanka Thakur with us. Priyanka Thakur, she has completed her MPhil in Rehabilitation Psychology from National Institute for Empowerment of Persons with Visual Disability, Dehradun. She has completed her Masters in Clinical Psychology. She gives her own counseling services under Threshold Counseling Services. They rehabilitate PWDs by giving psychotherapies and counseling. Counseling is her passion, and she has been in this field for over past 7 years. Miss Priyanka Thakur has also received Global Women's Inspiration Award by ICANN Foundation, a national level organization working for the welfare of women and children. Also, she has received the Best Women of Excellence in Psychology and Best Psychologist by Crazy Tales, a premier content website, cause she is invincible. She is a member of WICCI, that is Wiki Mass Psychology and Counseling Council. Okay, her topic of today's session is mental status examination. So handing it over to Miss Priyanka Thakur.
So, first of all, thank you, Rakesh. Thank you so much for such a wonderful introduction. And thank you, Team Career Naksha, for giving me this opportunity to be here with you guys. So, let's not waste time and get into it. So, for the topic for today is mental status examination. And yes, let's start with it. First of all, let's get into the definition of what actually is mental status examination. So, mental status examination is a standardized format in which the clinician records the psychiatric signs and symptoms present at the time of the interview. So, as we have केस हिस्ट्री में आपका पूरा पीछे का भी लेते हैं और उस टाइम का भी लेते हैं बट मेंटल स्टेटस एग्जामिनेशन में जो आपका क्लिनिशियन है वो उस टाइम पे जो अपनी ऑब्जर्वेशन से पेशेंट का मेंटल स्टेटस ऑब्जर्व करता है एंड इसको रिकॉर्ड करता है तो इसको हम अंडर द फॉलोइंग हेडिंग्स इसको हम स्टडी करते हैं सबसे पहले जनरल अपीयरेंस एंड बिहेवियर जिसमें कि जनरल अपीयरेंस एटीट्यूड टुवर्ड्स एग्जामिनर comprehension, gait and posture, motor activity, social manner, and rapport आता है. Second is speech, rate and quantity, volume and tone, flow and rhythm. Next is thought, जिसमें कि stream and form, content. Then perception, cognition, जिसे हम higher mental functions भी कहते हैं. Consciousness, orientation, attention, concentration, memory, intelligence, and abstract thinking. Then seventh is insight, and then last is judgment. So let's study what actually इसमें क्या क्या दिया हुआ है. सबसे पहले आता है आपका general appearance. The important points to be noted are physique and body habitus, that is the build and physical appearance. जिससे कि हमें बहुत कुछ पता चल सकता है कि जैसे पर्सन ओबीस है या बहुत ही ज्यादा स्किनी है. अप्रोक्सीमेट हाइट वेट एंड अपीयरेंस लुक्स कंफर्टेबल अनकंफर्टेबल वो जो है प्रैक्टिशनर के साथ कंफर्टेबल है या अनकंफर्टेबल है. फिजिकल हेल्थ ग्रूमिंग हाइजीन सेल्फ केयर कि पेशेंट अपना ध्यान रख पा रहे हैं या नहीं. ड्रेसिंग एडिक्वेट अप्रोप्रिएट एनी पेक्युलैरिटीज ड्रेसिंग में हम ध्यान रखेंगे कि उन्होंने जो कपड़े पहने हैं क्लोथ्स दैट दे आर वेयरिंग आर एक्चुअली अकॉर्डिंग टू द जैसे कि बाकी सबने पहने हैं जैसे कि विंटर्स है तो स्वेटर पहना है या नहीं बिकॉज इससे भी आपके बारे में बहुत कुछ पता चलता है. फेसेस दैट इज नॉन वर्बल एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ मूड इसका भी हमें बहुत जरूरी है बिकॉज इससे पता चलता है कि सामने वाला में भी कई बार स्ट्रेस में होता है या फिर कुछ ऐसी चीजें तो दैट पर्सन में फ्राउन. एफिबिनेट और मैस्कुलिन सो फेमिनिन एनर्जी है या मैस्कुलिन एनर्जी है दैट टू हमें लुक से पता चल जाता है बाय ऑब्जर्विंग द पेशेंट. एटीट्यूड टुवर्ड्स एग्जामिनर कॉपरेशन guardedness, evasiveness, attentiveness, appears interested, disinterested, apathetic और perplexity. कि कई बार क्या होता है कि एग्जामिनर या फिर क्लिनिशियन को देख कर के जो पेशेंट है वो थोड़ा सा परप्लेक्स हो जाता है, तो हमें इन सब चीजों का भी ध्यान रखना है और इसको जॉट डाउन करना है. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. उसके बाद आता है कॉम्प्रिहेंशन, वेदर द अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द पेशेंट इज इंटैक्ट और impaired, and if it is impaired, is it partially or fully impaired? Then is gait and posture normal or abnormal, जिसमें आता है your way of sitting, standing, walking and lying, motor activity, increased, decreased, excitement, stupor, abnormal involuntary movements, that is AIMS, such as tics or tremors, catatonic signs जैसे कि mannerisms और stereotypes, posturing, waxy flexibility, मैनरिज्म जैसे कि किसी का बहुत ही ज्यादा दे हैव अ वे ऑफ स्पीकिंग, या फिर जब सोच रहे हैं दे में टिल्ट देयर हेड, और ग्राइंडिंग. सो एंड देन स्टीरियोटाइप्स जिसमें कि आपका ऐसा बिहेवियर आता है जो कि दैट इज जिसकी जरूरत नहीं है, जैसे कि ऑटिस्टिक में हैंड फ्लैपिंग आता है, and walking on toes, that is unusual. Posturing कई बार क्या होता है, पर्सन जैसे स्किज़ोफ्रेनिया में एक ही पोस्चर में बैठे रहते हैं, या वैक्सी फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी जिसमें द पर्सन इज बहुत ही ज्यादा फ्लेक्सिबल हो जाता है, एंड पुट दे कैन पुट देयर आर्म्स एंड हैंड्स अराउंड. Conversion and dissociative signs, जिसमें pseudo seizures, possession states. Pseudo seizures are the seizures जिसका कोई साइकोजेनिक, दे आर साइकोजेनिक इन नेचर और उनका कोई ऑर्गेनिक ओरिजिन नहीं है. सोशल विड्रॉल और जैसे ऑटिज्म, कंपल्सिव एक्ट्स, रिचुअल्स और हैबिट्स, फॉर एग्जांपल नेल बाइटिंग. एंड देन द रिएक्शन टाइम, की पर्सन जो आपका पेशेंट है, पेशेंट आपका कितने टाइम में रिएक्शन देता है. So after that, hallucinatory behavior, smiling or crying without reason, muttering or talking to self, non-social speech, or gesturing in response to auditory or visual hallucination. Because अगर hallucination होंगे तो patient usually responds to the hallucination. So वहां से भी हमें पता लग सकता है. Then social manner and non-verbal behavior, increase, decrease or inappropriate behavior, eye contact, गेज एवर्जन, जैसे कि हम किसी को कभी आई कांटेक्ट करते हैं तो दे मे नॉट बी कंफर्टेबल विद इट. स्टेयरिंग वेकेंटली, कई बार स्पेशली सीन इन डिप्रेशन की पेशेंट जो है बैठे बैठे जो है वो वॉल्स को देखते रहते हैं. स्टेयरिंग एट द एग्जामिनर, एग्जामिनर को भी हम मोर देन इट मे seem like we are staring at the examiner. Hesitant eye contact or normal eye contact. Repo. Whether a working and empathetic relationship can be established with the patient should be mentioned. Speech. So speech can be examined under the following headings: rate and quantity of speech, whether speech is present or absent, that is mutism. If present, whether it is spontaneous, whether productivity is increased or decreased. Rate is rapid or slow, its appropriateness, pressure of speech or poverty of speech. पॉवर्टी ऑफ स्पीच में ये आता है कि जैसे मे बी कंटेंट नहीं है पेशेंट के पास, जैसे कि अगर उसको अपना पॉइंट एक्सप्लेन करना है तो वो उसकी जगह पे मैं हाँ हो गया, तो वो थोड़ा सा उस तरह से बोलेगा किसी काम को कि वो उसने कर लिया है, तो वो उस तरह से बोलेगा. एंड वॉल्यूम एंड टोन ऑफ स्पीच, इंक्रीज, डिक्रीज, इट्स appropriateness, low, high, normal pitch. Volume and tone of speech, increase, decrease, its appropriateness, low, high, normal, pitch. Flow and rhythm of speech, smooth, hesitant, blocking, sudden. Dysprosody, स्टटरिंग, स्टैमरिंग और क्लटरिंग. कई बार हम दांतों से जो पेशेंट है वो दांतों से लाइक ऐसे टिक टिक कट कट की आवाज आती है. एंड डिस्प्रोसोडी जिसमें कि आप कहें कि फ्लो एंड रिदम ऑफ द स्पीच इज मिसिंग. Any accent, circumstantiality, tangentiality, verbigeration, stereotypes, verbal, flight of ideas. तो हम इन सबको भी jot down करेंगे. Flow and rhythm of speech. Smooth, hesitant, blocking, sudden, disproportionate, stuttering, stammering, cluttering, accent, circumstantiality, tangentiality, verbigeration, stereotypes, verbal flight of ideas, and clang dissociation. जैसे कि नॉन लीनियर आपका जो स्पीच है, थॉट प्रोसेस, उससे पता चलता है कि आपका नॉन लीनियर है. ये टेंजेंशियलिटी की नॉन गोल डायरेक्टेड है कि आप जो बस यू आर जस्ट मूविंग अराउंड, जो आपसे पूछा गया है आप उसके आसपास है, बट यू आर नॉट टू द पॉइंट. सो दैट्स द थिंग ओवर हियर. देन मूड एंड इफेक्ट. Mood is the pervasive feeling which is sustained, lasts for some length of time, and colors the total experience of the person. Affect, on the other hand, is the outward objective expression of the immediate cross-sectional experience of emotion at a given time. So, mood जो है, it is over a long period of time, whereas emotion का जो outward expression है, that is called affect. The assessment of mood includes testing the quality of mood, which is assessed subjectively. How do you feel, because ये आपका एक subjective experience है. So how do you feel, and objectively by the examination हम पता लगा सकते हैं. We can give questionnaires as well, जिसमें कि पेशेंट अपना जो वो फील कर रहे हैं वो उसमें नोट डाउन करेंगे. The other components are stability of mood over a long period of time, reactivity of mood, variation in mood with stimuli, and persistence of mood, length of time the mood lasts. So next we have the affect is similarly described under quality of affect, range of affect of emotions, changes displayed over time, depth or intensity of affect, normal, increased, or blunted, and appropriateness of affect in relation to thought and surrounding environment. Mood is described as general warmth, euphoria, elation in mania, anxious and restless in anxiety and depression, sad, irritable, angry, or despaired in depression, and shallow, blunted, indifferent, restricted, inappropriate, and or labile in schizophrenia. जैसे कि आप देख सकते हैं, labile means कि अभी जो है आप खुश थे और अभी आपने अचानक रोना शुरू कर दिया. या फिर लाइक नेक्स्ट वी हैव एनहेडोनिया में अकर इन बोथ स्किज़ोफ्रेनिया एंड डिप्रेशन. सो यस. Next we have thought. Normal thinking is a goal-directed flow of ideas, symbols and associations initiated by problem of a task characterized by rational connections between successive ideas or thoughts and leading towards a reality-oriented conclusion. Therefore, thought process that is not goal-directed or not logical or does not lead to a reliable solution to the problem at hand is not considered normal. Traditionally, in the clinical examination, thought is assessed by the content of speech under the following headings of stream, form, content, and possession of thought. However, since there is widespread disagreement regarding this subdivision, thought is discussed here under the following two headings of stream, form, and content. So next we have stream and form of thought. For obvious reasons, the stream of thought overlaps with examination of speech. Spontaneity, productivity, flight of ideas, proximity, poverty of content or speech, and thought blocks should be mentioned here. The continuity of thought is assessed whether the thought processes are relevant to the question asked. Any loosening of association, tangentiality, circumstantiality, illogical thinking, perseveration, um, over verbigeration is noted. So here also poverty of content of speech, proximity, side of ideas, we have to keep in mind. Next we have content of thought. Any preoccupation, obsession, recurrent, irrational, intrusive, ego dystonic, ego alien ideas have to be noted. hallucinatory behavior, smiling or crying without reason, muttering or talking to self, non-social speech, um, or gestures in response to auditory or visual hallucination. Speech. Speech can be examined under the following headings: rate and quantity of speech. Speech is present, absent, that is mutism. If present, it is spontaneous, whether productivity is increased or decreased. Rate is rapid or slow, its appropriateness, pressure of speech or poverty of speech. Mood is described as general, warmth, euphoria, elation and mania, anxious and restlessness, anxiety and depression, sad, irritable, angry, and or despaired in depression, and shallow, blunted, indifferent, restricted, inappropriate, or labile in schizophrenia. Anhedonia may occur in both schizophrenia and depression. And anhedonia, and let me tell you guys that anhedonia is a condition where it is actually, you can say, characteristic or symptom where you're not able to experience pleasure. Thought. Normal thinking is a goal-directed flow of ideas. Therefore, thought process that is not goal-directed or not logical or does not lead to a realistic solution to the problem at hand is not considered normal. Perception. Perception is the process of being aware of a sensory experience and is being able to recognize it by comparing it with previous experiences. Perception is assessed under the following headings. So सबसे पहले जो perception होता है, it is a process where we human beings or living beings take in information through our sensory senses, and then after that interpretation is being done by brain. So this process is called perception, and under the following headings we are going to read perception. So hallucination. Sometimes what happens that the presence of hallucination should be noted, and hallucination जो है किसी may occur. So let's see. Hallucination is perception experience in the absence of external stimulus. The hallucinations can be in the auditory, visual, olfactory, gustatory, or tactile domains. Auditory hallucination are commonest types of hallucination in non-organic psychiatric disorders. So next we have illusions and misinterpretation. So sometimes what happens that जैसे कि हम एग्जाम्पल पढ़ते हैं वास का, एक बहुत ही अच्छा हमारे एक्सपेरिमेंट था साइकोलॉजी में, where a picture was given जो एक तरफ से वास लगती थी, एक तरफ से फेस लगती थी. So it was a beautiful experiment, but यहाँ पे illusion की बात की जा रही है. तो illusion here means that जो आपका जैसा distorted आपका reality है वो आपको दिखेगी, जो है reality वो नहीं, but it's a distorted reality. And misinterpretation कि आप उसको जो है गलत समझ लेते हैं. Depersonalization or derealization. Depersonalization where you don't feel attached, or you don't feel that you're connected with yourself, and derealization where you don't feel that you're connected with the people around you, with the world around you. So you can ask questions for depersonalization, like you can ask what is your name, about that person. So, and in derealization, you can ask questions about the family and notice the response of the for derealization by the person. Then is consciousness. Grade the level of consciousness. Consciousness, confusion, somnolence, including delirium, stupor, coma. Any disturbance in the level of consciousness should ideally be rated in Glasgow coma scale, where a numeric value is given to the best response in each of the three categories for eye-opening, verbal, or motor. And it is done on the scale of 10, 1 to 10. So, yes. Then is orientation, whether the patient is well oriented to time. Test by asking the time, date, day, month, year, season, and the time spent in hospital, place. Test by asking the present location, building, city, and country, and person. Test by asking his own name and whether he can identify people around him and their role in that setting. Then is attention. Attention is easily aroused and sustained. Ask the patient to repeat digits forwards and backwards, digit span test and digit forward and backward test under it, one at a time. For example, patient may be able to repeat 5 digits forward and 3 digits backward. सो आप ऐसे 2-3 दे सकते हैं उनको करने को एंड उससे आप आसानी से जज कर सकते हैं उनका अटेंशन. मेमोरी, immediate retention and recall, IR&R. Use the digit span test to assess the immediate memory, digit forwards and digit backwards subtest. Also used for testing attention, are described under attention. So what happens is आप मेमोरी भी चेक कर सकते हो कि वो उसको रिकॉल कर सकते हैं या नहीं, उनको कितना याद है. और जब आप उनको वो बता रहे होते हैं कि डिजिट्स बता रहे होते हैं, सपोज कि 4, 3, 6, 7, 8, तो जब तक वो 7 तक पहुंचेंगे तब तक उनका जो अटेंशन है वो तब तक वहां से चला जाएगा. तो इस तरीके से जो ये टेस्ट है आप इधर भी यूज कर सकते हैं. एंड recent memory, ask how did the patient come to the room hospital, what he ate for dinner the day before or for breakfast the same morning. Remote memory, ask for the date and place of marriage, name and birthdays of children and other relevant questions from the person's past. Note any amnesia, anterograde or retrograde or confabulation if present. अगर confabulation है तो you can check with the informants present. एंड ऑल्सो अगर बोलने के तरीके से भी काफी पता चल जाता है कि वो रियलिटी बोल रहा है, नहीं तो अदरवाइज इन्फॉर्मेंट्स आर प्रेजेंट, आप उनसे भी डाटा ले सकते हैं. Then is insight. Insight is the degree of awareness and understanding that the patient has regarding his illness. And इसको कैसे पता चलेगा? How to do it? Ask the patient's attitude towards his present state, whether there is illness or not. If yes, which kind of illness, physical, psychiatric or both, is any treatment needed? तो इससे पता चल जाएगा कि जो पेशेंट है उनको अपनी इलनेस का कितना मालूम है और उनकी इंसाइट का हम इस चीज से पता लगा सकते हैं. देन इज जजमेंट. Judgment is the ability to assess a situation correctly and act appropriately within that situation. Both social and test judgment are assessed. Social judgment is observed during the hospital stay and during the interview session. It includes an evaluation of personal judgment. तो ये जो है जब पर्सन वहाँ पे रहते हैं तब ये सोशल जजमेंट उनकी की जाती है. एंड टेस्ट जजमेंट is assessed by asking the patient what he would do in a certain test situations, such a house on fire or a man lying on the road or a sealed stamped addressed envelope lying on a street. तो हम पूछ सकते हैं उनसे कि अगर आपके पास ये वाला कंडीशन, ये वाला सिचुएशन आ जाता है तो व्हाट विल यू डू? क्या आप वो जो स्टैम्प आपके पास एनवेलप है वो आप वापस दे देंगे या आप उसमें पैसे हैं अगर तो आप उसे रख लेंगे? तो उससे भी हमें काफी पता चल जाता है पेशेंट के बारे में. जजमेंट इज रेटेड एज गुड, इंटैक्ट, नॉर्मल और पुअर, इम्पेयर्ड और एबनॉर्मल. So guys, this was it for today. Thank you so much from my side once again to the team. And thank you guys for listening to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was really a very informative session. And thank you to all the viewers for watching live YouTube session at Career Naksha. Signing off as Rakesh Chugani, a counseling executive at Career Naksha. Thank you.
Thank you.